If you want to support the channel, go check out my Patreon. There's rewards like end of video shoutouts and even featuring in a video. More rewards will be added and I'd love to hear from you guys to know what I should add. For more information, go to patreon.com/Maqwell. Previously on the Venezia FC career mode. For the first time in this new era of Venezia Football Club, we have qualified for the Champions League and have won the Coppa Italia. Next up on the agenda, the league title. Alex Meret. Once again, keeper cinematics. Hate them. He's 86 rated, one of the best Italian keepers out there. Defenders. 4 seasons, 3 Italian studs. Captain Italia, Alessandro Bastoni, and Valerio Romano. They aren't exactly the greatest trio, but they're definitely better than most defensive trios. Denzel Dumfries might feel a bit excluded because of his lack of Italian, but he seems like a nice guy. I'm sure the whole back four will get along just fine. Midfielders. This midfield was just amazing last season. Alessio Riccardi and Franck Kessié are like fire and ice. Kessier's got the fire in his heart and will not be afraid to get stuck into any challenge. Alessio's got the elegance that matches up to that of an Olympic skater. Last season, these guys combined for 67 out of 83 goal contributions. Attackers. Federico Chiesa and Christian Pulisic did a ton of damage last season. Chiesa in his first full season with Venezia had himself 14 goals, 11 assists, and a collection of defining moments to lead us to our first ever piece of silverware in 82 years. Pulisic was signed in the January window last season, and Captain America had himself 7 goals and 2 assists and plenty of passes leading to goals in just one half of a season. These two are going to thrive even more with our brand new signing, Thomas Lemar. Kevin Lasagna. Time doesn't slow down Kevin Lasagna. The 29-year-old scored 32 goals in all competitions and was the top scorer in the Europa League. Goal after goal, you really understand more about the meaning does not reflect the rating. Although we will need to replace him because of age this season, he will go down as a club legend. Transfers. In order to achieve my goal of getting 2 new players, I needed to sell at least 1 player. Perfect timing. Someone is willing to do business with us.
Hello to you, sir. We would like David Birashi for 13.7 million.
I like your ambitions, but 18.5 million sounds a bit better to me.
Sorry, we cannot do that. 13.7 million is our...
Listen here, buddy. I don't have time for this bullshit. You came here into my office wanting one of my players, and your negotiating skills shows how truly sad your existence really is. So here's the deal. You're gonna pay the 15 million for Biraski, and if you dare deny this,
I'll have one of my goons take care of you, and I'm sure you don't want that. So we got a deal?
Yes, sir. Please don't hurt me.
Good. Mohammed Salisu. It's like Thomas Partey from another dimension. We've failed to fight attackers off the ball for too long, and now we have someone that will genuinely sink strikers' hearts. You want to get past this guy? Well, you better have something special because it's not going to be easy. The coolest thing about all this is that we have 4 defenders that are all above 80 rated. Europe, be scared. Moise Kean. I know, 2 players from Valladolid. Kinda not very realistic, but you people voted for this, not me. The former Juventus and Everton striker is still just only 23 years old with plenty of room to grow. He's got significantly better finishing and plenty of pace to add to that. One of the biggest missions I need to achieve with him is to score against Cagliari. But the Serie A better be ready for the return of Moise Kean, as he's a man on a mission to prove his worth. 41.2 million. Done deal. Well, men, welcome to Venezia FC. Oh yeah, so we also have new kits, just the home and away. We kept the third because I still like the third. But hey, these designs were put into the game thanks to Gingstar7, so thank you to him. Shout out to him. His Twitter will be in the description below, so please be sure to follow him. So with this squad, is the league title up for grabs? Let's find out. What a fantastic way to start the season. I'd rather not talk about this match. Also, I couldn't give less of a f*** about the UEFA Super Cup. First match of Season 5. Torino. It was a great start for us to start off the season pretty much, as it's Thomas Lemar, he gets it to Riccardi. Riccardi dribbles past the defender beautifully, and it's already 1-0 to Venezia, just like that. And once again, a new season brings more opportunities as we have better players giving us even more space. And now it's Pulisic here as he runs into the edge of the box, cuts inside, finds some space, and then just blasts it near post to make it 2-0 to Venezia after just 30 minutes. And it's still not even the end of the first half, as now it's Pulisic once again, already improving from last season, bringing it to Keane. It's saved by the keeper. Now it's headed out only towards Lemar, bringing it to Keane, who then passes it to Kessié, and the beautiful passing play of Venezia FC just continues to evolve. Clean sheets just still don't exist for us though, because Torino did at least get one back here, as it's Centurion. Centurion still on the ball, passing it to Zaza, somehow getting that past our defense, and there it's a goal for Torino. No big deal, still a 3-1 win. Roma, 15 minutes played here, chance for Venezia, and it's Chiesa off the counter attack, new number 25, you're welcome Stan account, as he tackles the defender after getting it back and passes it to an open Lemar, just a discombobulated Roma being absolutely picked apart, and it's 1-0 to Venezia at home, and that's a perfect start for us, especially since Roma has made us struggle so much. Roma on the free kick now, as it's Karsdorp to whip in one, and it's blocked by the wall, it's punched out by the keeper, only to Cengiz Under, who just heads it over the bar. Roma developing even more attacks here, as it's Racic then crossing it in for Trossard, who then just brings it to Cengiz Under for some reason, then heads it towards Racic, and a fantastic save by Alex Meret. That is something you don't see from anyone like Marek Rodak or Lezzerini. One of a kind. 58 minutes played, it's Karsdorp once again passing it to Cengiz Under, who's been a threat for us, and now he crosses it in, and Phil Jones would be proud of that header, as Bastoni puts it in his own net. 64 minutes now, Venezia finally finding another attack, as it's Pulisic passing it to Moise Kean to Valerio Romano. A lot of good passing play on this left wing, as he then crosses it in back to Moise Kean, who just misses the net. Unlucky. 69 minutes played now, Depali, bad pass to the Roma attacker, it's now Mina. He then passes it back to Depali, but another terrible touch by Depali, and a good save by Alex Meret. Pretty much the last chance for Roma to find a winner here, as it's now Çetin, another Turkish winger, crossing it in for Dennis. Listen, nothing personal, Brescia, I'm just angry.
Drop it.
Spalek. He takes aim, and they've only gone on a...
And now the Champions League table review, and we're in Group D, Chelsea, Besiktas, and Dinamo Zagreb. It's going to be very interesting with Chelsea, since we actually took one of their best players last season. But apparently now they have Vinicius Jr., so that's annoying. And our first Champions League home match against Besiktas. 7 minutes played, chance for Besiktas already, as is Rebic passing into Heinen to Vera, and a great save by Alex Meret. This man is truly in his own league in keepers. 22 minutes played now, chance for Venezia, it's Moise Kean to Thomas Lemar. Lemar then runs into the box, takes the shot, and it's a good save by the keeper. Some progress though. More chances being developed here for Venezia, as it's now Dumfries getting it left off by Chiesa, and now Dumfries off his Venezia debut finally crosses in. It's a really bad mistake by the keeper, and Thomas Lemar is very much going to take that. It's 1-0 to Venezia in the Champions League. Besiktas had other ideas, as they now have their own attack. It's Kaden, he crosses it in, intended for Buanga, but it's headed out only to Heinen with a great volley, and Alex Meredith's not going to get to that one. It's 1-1. 60 minutes played now, another chance for Venezia, a turn by Moise Kean, and off the post and in. 2-1 to Venezia, and it's Moise Kean's first goal, and what a way to get it, a game winner in the Champions League. Parma, another Serie A match where we're facing one of the bottom tier teams, and once again, I mean, it was an absolute destruction of another bottom tier team, as here it's Lasagna off the rebound of a defender, and it's 1-0. Later on, another chance for Venezia, Fiorellino on the ball, getting completely ran over by a Parma defender. Now we just take our time with a free kick. Notice that Parma is completely sleeping. Fiorellino to our boy Giuseppe Colombo, and the star boy finds his first goal of season 5. 2-0 to Venezia. But ¿qué es un clean sheet? Well, you probably shouldn't ask Venezia that question because we don't really know what that is, as now it's Desi heading it towards Boateng. Terrible defending by Cistana and Armini. The duo just continue to drive me insane. But have no fear, the star boy is here as he just completely destroys. He tears apart 2 Parma defenders and just runs towards the edge of the box, then turns, gets fouled on the edge of the box, and what is that? That is our first penalty of the season. Fiorellino to bury this one, and it is the top right corner. Typical, but 3-1 nonetheless. And then we fast forward to the 80th minute as now it's Pessina trying to scout someone out. He sees the run by Giuseppe Colombo, and the star boy himself just sees all this room, creates even more room, and then just finds the back of the net with a fantastic curl. A brace for our homegrown star boy. A huge challenge for us already as we're facing Juve. And it started out in the fashion you thought it would completely start in, as Juventus have the first attack here. It's Adrian Rabiot to Dybala. Now Dybala sees some space, takes the shot, absolutely all the power in the world, but just no direction on that shot. First chance for Venezia here as it's Dumfries passing it to Kessié. Great ball to our boy Federico Chiesa, who is then going to get fouled in the box by Denier. And look at that, an opportunity to make it 1-0 against Juve already. You bet your ass not. Now the development of another Juve attack as it's Dybala passing it to Talisca, tries to drag it back, then passes it to De Sciglio. De Sciglio then just squeezes in across. It's in for Dybala, and it's just over the bar. 26 minutes played, corner for Juventus as it's whipped in by Koke. It's headed out only towards Giku here, and now Giku scouting someone out in the box as there's a lot of players in the box. It's Talisca he passes it to, passing it back to Giku. Now Giku once again has the mission to pass it to someone, to Werner, to Bentancur, and now Bentancur with the shot, and it's straight at the keeper. 35 minutes played. It's Christian Pulisic on the left wing here. It's Captain America passing it to Moise Kean in the middle. Moise Kean sees the run by Thomas Lemar, and now Lemar cuts inside, takes the shot, and it's near post. It's a pretty good save by Szczesny. Before we could even go back to the tunnels, another chance for Venezia as it's Riccardi here. Riccardi passing it to Moise Kean. Great ball from him, and now Moise Kean just leaves it off for Kessié as the keeper just inches towards him, and it is 1-0 to Venezia, just like that. Perfect. But see, the Crystal Palace defensive mistakes curse has just come back because now it's Talisca intercepting the ball. Now it's Werner, and it's just way too simple for Bentancur, who equalizes it. And wow, that just sucks. But this was a Venezia side that didn't really need to rely on the counterattack, especially with players like Thomas Lemar on the side now, as it's Moise Kean squeezing past the defense and squeezing one past the keeper. His first goal in the Serie A, fitting that he scores it against his former Italian club Juventus, and it's 2-1 to Venezia FC, just like that. 85 minutes played, Juventus desperate to get the ball away from Venezia, and that just gives us even more space to create more attacks, as it's now Kessié. It's almost intercepted by the Juventus defender. He gets it back. Now it's to Fiorellino. Fiorellino to Moise Kean. Moise Kean once again getting past the defender, and there he goes. A brace against Juventus in his first return at the stadium. But we still weren't done, and really I kind of considered this just more of a consolation because Juventus, their defense just collapsed after our second goal. As now Chiesa just running past Alexandro like nothing, and that is a fantastic finish off the crossbar and in. 4-1 to Venezia against the former champions of seasons past. Bologna, 13 minutes played, chance for Venezia already as it's Thomas Lemar. Great through ball to Moise Kean, seeing all the space. Some defenders are getting towards him, but it's just not enough as it's 1-0. Moise Kean is starting to bring the heat. 40 minutes played, now it's Federico Chiesa just running right past the 3 defenders there. He does get fouled in the box, so penalty, and hopefully this time Kessié can redeem himself. Nearly was it saved, but hey, 2-0. 62 minutes played. Once again, it's just Venezia destroying these lower mid-table sides as Colombo's not even challenged, takes the shot. It's way too easy. The star boy has his 3rd goal of the season already. A little farther into the match, it's Romano to Fiorellino, and now Fiorellino to Lasagna. Great turn, just completely destroys every single brain cell that defender ever had. Just that simple of a turn, but it's 4-0 thanks to Kevin Lasagna. And you know it's a very successful match when Dylan Mbayo is on the pitch, and Dylan Mbayo actually has a highlight of his own. But here he crosses it in. It's headed out only towards Mbayo, so he just gets it back. And what's he gonna do? He's just gonna exploit that FIFA 20 shot that always goes in. 5-0 to Venezia. One of the biggest challenges yet. Chelsea, and Christian Pulisic returns to Stamford Bridge. Way early into the match, already a chance for Chelsea thanks to Romano acting like a lost child for some reason, as now Hudson-Odoi has no one on him. He gets past the other defender, then he takes a shot, but luckily enough, it's Bastoni with a fantastic block. But now a corner for Chelsea, as now it's Ricardo Pereira. Pereira then tries to get past Riccardi, which he does, brings it to Pellegrini, a former Roma player, passing it back to Pereira. What a shot, but it just fizzes over the crossbar. And now after 27 minutes played, we finally get our first chance as it's Moise Kean to Thomas Lemar to the former boy himself, Christian Pulisic, getting past the fullback. Pereira takes the shot, and it's a great acrobatic save by Kepa. But 33 minutes played, Chelsea once again developing another attack as it's Emerson to Pereira. Pereira then passing it to Hudson-Odoi, who could cross it in, but there's just no one in the middle, so he just kind of takes his time, passes it to Emerson. Emerson sees an open Vinicius Jr., no one even covering him, and it's just too simple for Chelsea. 1-0. 51 minutes played though. Venezia were not out of it just yet, as now Christian Pulisic, who actually performed really well in this match, gets past the fullback, brings it to Moise Kean. Moise Kean just barely misses it. And now 75 minutes played, a bit of just messy play here as Chelsea get the ball, and now it's Emerson. Romano gets a tackle.
Giving it a try, and Chelsea have done it.
Why do I play this game? Table review, as it is the end of September, and I'd say we've done pretty well so far. 5 wins and only 1 loss. But to round off the top 6, it's Roma, Milan, then us, Lazio, who have made a comeback so far, Napoli, and then finally Juventus. One thing to point out is, even though I'm not going to show it, Inter are 11th right now, and we so happen to face them. Well, welcome everyone to the first installment of Making Inter Our Bitch. Glorious Cagliari. We meet again. Nothing glorious for Cagliari in the first 20 minutes. It's Salisu. He passes it to Moise Kean, who gets fouled. He kind of dived, but let's just wait for the results. Yeah, that's right. That was a red card. And here's just the replay. You ready for this? It's just the defender tugging on his shirt and Moise Kean taking an absolute dive. That's a red card. It's Thomas Lemar. Can he score his first free kick in the Serie A? No, but it's off the post, and DENZEL Dumfries off the rebound makes it 1-0 for Venezia, his first goal of his Venezia career. Cagliari with their own chance as it's Nico Barrera passing it to Cherry, back to Barrera, who then just ball rolls past Salisu like nothing, and it's 1-0. We literally just can't beat this team, can we? 89 minutes played, a last-minute goal just waiting to happen as Venezia had multiple chances, but hey, the highlights are a bit more shortened this time around. But it's Romano passing it to Fiorellino. Fiorellino then trying to scout someone out in the box. He gets it to Pulisic, who exits the box, passing it to Fiorellino. Then the through ball to Lasagna, and Kevin Lasagna, the savior for Venezia. Very unlikely savior in the season 5. But hey, 2-1 to Venezia, another 3 points, and that's what we like to see. Dinamo Zagreb.
Must score. A goal it is at long last.
Looks like I still haven't learned to not play a significantly weaker side in a UEFA competition.